So here's a before and after in a lesson I did recently with a long-term student. This is a spring cleanup, so we haven't done much over the winter. Takeaway decent, but with a first mistake. I'm starting to see some daylight form here between his legs. What that tells me is the hips are rotating excessively in just the takeaway. That's, for me, unnecessary because the hips are only capable of rotating so much in the golf swing. Okay, now because they've rotated so much, they're going to stop. Now, this is the hips maxed out, and the arms now are going to lift up to the top. So the problem now is the hips have maxed out on rotation and the upper body hasn't. Because of that, for me, the hands are very upright here, and the golf club face, if you can kind of see in that screen there, is a little too level with the shaft. That's telling me it's a hair open. So hips over rotated, lifted to the top, club face a little open than I would prefer. And because of the excessive rotation in the hips, it's going to kick back, throwing the hands forward, and the club is going to live very much in front here. Hands very steep in descent. This is a big issue into the golf ball. Okay, this one happened to be a pull, but there were some wipe slices as well. Okay, look how static his legs are. Also, so we did some review, we did some training, and I wanted his takeaway to take away. You know, we can get the club set on a good line here without there. You see the legs, if I wind it back to the beginning here, you see the difference. Maybe the club's not set as quickly, but you see the legs and hips haven't worked that much. This is the critical moment. Now his hands and his hips are going to work in tandem and turn to the top. This is going to keep some depth on the hands. It's going to make the turn more effective, and you'll see the position of the club at the top. You see how there's much more strength to that club face, and now the hips match the turn to me. As a result, it's very easy to fire down the plane line. Very difficult to fire down the plane line if the hips overwork too early and disconnect from the upper body. Very easy to fire down the plane if the turn is matching. And as a result, bang, we've got laser beams down the target.